Lakeshow's finest. I'm your host, Charles Ryan. Lakeshow's finest REDUX. We be going, we be doing, we be working. So as you may have noticed, I posted a video called 2019 Lakers Man Cave Studio Tour. You guys know me. I'm in LA, right? So got that Universal Studio tour where you saw the backstage shit. Bro, this is backstage shit. You know me, cuh. You know me. All right, I'm Charles Ryan, Kobe24 MP3, KB24 status, Chucky Atkins, Charles Barkley, or simply the biggest Laker fan in the world. And right now, within the last 5 minutes, SVI Mikhailuk got traded for Reggie Bullock and a second-round pick. Reggie Bullock, if you remember, played for the Clippers and currently is on the Detroit Pistons. And what's ironic, first of all, he knows LA, right? So it's not like he's a stranger to, this area. So that's good. Because some people, they may need to adjust to the familiarity. But also, he played LeBron in the playoffs when he was with the Cavs. That's a big deal. You have experience going head-to-head with LeBron, and now you're with LeBron. Lance Stevenson had what? 4 years, 5 years, 3 years, Pacers versus LeBron when he was with the Heat. That is huge to have that. This guy is on a 3-month rental. He will be gone off the books. We've acquired his bird rights, which, for you guys don't know, means he's restricted and we can offer him, the most or whatever the fuck it is. But the point is that this guy is a 42% three-point shooter. And we all know it's completely ridiculous that Rondo and Lance are our best three-point shooters. Are you kidding me? Rondo's career three-point average is shit. Lance's career three-point averages aren't that good since he tore his Achilles or ACL, I believe. So here's the reality. When you have a guy like LeBron James who's going to get healthy for 3 months and he's driving down the lane, and on the right side is Kyle Kuzma, a guy who's been a little bit shaky from three, or a guy named Brandon Ingram, who's been decent from three, or a guy named Lonzo Ball, who's mediocre from three but knows how to pass, or a guy named Anthony Davis on the right side. That's pretty damn good. But on the left side, you're Reggie Bullock in the left corner, short corner. And then, what else do you have, guys? You have to dump it in the post to Zoo, JaVale, or Tyson. Tyson, the playoff experience man. This is my dream reality right now. This is what it is. We have to acquire Anthony Davis. We have to do it, right? I'd prefer we trade KCP, but KCP has a no-trade clause. But the reality is we gave KCP $30 million in the last 2 years, and he wasn't even worth $5 per year. The Lakers were right there, and they said, KCP, Rich Paul, let me take you into our arms. The Pistons renounced KCP's rights 2 years ago, and then KCP went to jail for violating probation. He was sitting in jail, couldn't play a game. He could only play when the Los Angeles Lakers were in California, and he's getting paid $18 million to sit in jail. Only the Lakers could fathom that frickin' monsoon political PR stuff. Literally. Knicks couldn't, Celtics couldn't. Only the Lakers, because we're goddamn most professional organization in the whole entire, pretty much in the league and maybe even the world. But this is what's going on right now. If KCP is going to be little bitch ass and refuse to waive that, then the reality is we need to include Rondo or Beasley or JaVale to match, right? We need to retain Rondo, his playoff experience. It would be nice to have Beasley, but Beasley's expiring. I'd love to do Beasley on a wink, wink, we'll trade you, come back later. Like, remember when Channing Frye got traded from the Cavs to the Lakers for Jordan and Larry? And then they did wink, wink, and now Channing's back in Cleveland. Like, I would love to do that. But if we do that with Rondo, I think Rondo might be betrayed. But the reality with Rondo, right, is he's only played 17 games of the 54 games. I'm not going to even talk about tonight's game where they lost by 46 because I understand it. I understand there's been a 2-day gap and they're hearing all these rumors and they're confused and one guy is saying this, Lonzo's dad saying that. I get it. Before Isaiah Thomas was traded, last year from the Cavs to the Lakers. The very last game before he was traded, LeBron made a game-winning shot against the Minnesota Timberwolves over Jimmy Butler. And LeBron jumped and embraced his teammates, and Isaiah wanted to jump and do it, but he said, "Fuck you, Isaiah, you're a piece of shit locker room guy." And now look where Isaiah is, on a $2 million contract. Not even playing. So this is the thing. These final games before you get traded are really telling. Because the Pelicans might not be thinking, oh man, their body language or this or that. The Pelicans probably thinking, wow, these players are really might be shaken up by this. Because they had 2 days to mull this over. Unfortunately, between the Warriors and the Pacers game, it was 2 days. If it was 1 day, I think we would have put up more of a fight. But in the past versus the Pacers, we all had struggles at playing against them away, even when they had Darren Collison and Oladipo, and when they haven't. We beat the Pacers at home. Our season series is done. We beat the Pacers at home this year without Oladipo, and the Pacers were up for the majority of it. But right now, I see where they are. I understand the complexities of all this. It makes sense. It makes sense that they wouldn't put up a fight like this, and they were maybe jet lagged, or I get it. I mean, you're on a first class plan, but I'm saying you're away. You're in Indiana, and maybe you'll get traded to Indiana, and all these rumors are happening, and you're only 21 years old, and I get it. I get it. I mean, on one hand, you can look at it like this. This is actually a silver lining in the game, and I know. Maybe you've already heard this, or maybe someone else said it. I have no idea. But it was the biggest loss in LeBron James' career. You think LeBron cares about that? If he's going to go to the third round? LeBron only played 30 minutes, right? 30 minutes might seem like a lot for a guy who played, 45 minutes against 40 minutes versus the Clippers. But that 10 minutes is a huge step down, okay? That is good. And they have a day off tomorrow for LeBron to rest. So I just... This is a huge next 48 hours. The trade deadline is February 7th at 11:59 p.m. It's really 8:59 because it's Eastern time, right? So, we'll see what happens with this trade. I don't want to talk too much on this because... I don't know. I don't want to do a story time tonight. I'm really not about it because within maybe an hour, Anthony Davis could be traded. We might be trading someone else because if you remember, once we acquired LeBron James on January 1st, January 3rd? I'm sorry, July 1st or July 3rd? Remember what happened? Bam, we got Rondo. Bam, we got JaVale. Bam, we got Michael. So be prepared for a lot of things that start happening, the dice to roll fast, because this is what Rob and Magic are doing. This is scenario D, E, and F right now. We're getting Bullock as a complimentary player for SVI and a shitty second rounder, okay? So be prepared for the trade to come down soon. And I don't know if I'm going to record an emergency podcast. That's not really my forte. Because as you can see, I have additional projects like my room, like Mama Mentality, editing, splicing, audio, finding old clips, all this stuff. So I'm more than just a podcast, and there's other videos on my channel as well. So everybody have a good night. I need you guys to stay woke because I'm in LA. The trade could happen at 4 a.m. because it's Eastern time, like when Kristaps got traded. Okay, I have no idea. So be vigilant. Stay on your cell phones. Don't believe the media. It's all hype and misdirection. But believe it when Woj says, in principle, X, Y, and Z has happened. Lakers have traded this. Because once that happens, I'm going dark. I'm going to, prepare a whole 40-minute, 1-hour thing, maybe have some guest hosts. Because this is the most critical 24 to 48 hours in the history of the Lakers since we acquired Pau Gasol for Mo Hart, Maurice Evans, and whatever the fuck it was, Kwame and all that shit. All right, I'm KB24 Status. Watch that video in my room. I know you'll love it. It's attached. It's on the back end of this. Peace and get a